Yerp, this perp back with another video, and I just got out of watching Bad Boys Ride or Die, or better yet known as Bad Boys 4. I can't tell you what Bad Boys 3 was about because that's how forgettable the last Bad Boys was. We got introduced to Mike's bastard son, and he plays a major role in this as well. So much to talk about in this movie. So basically, the plot of this is Captain Conrad has gotten framed, and it's up to Mike and Marcus to pretty much clear his name. But where this movie goes, it blows my mind. And I have to say this because the direction that this movie decided to take was a very odd one. I don't think this was directed well at all. This movie gave me motion sickness throughout all these different action scenes because Bad Boys is known for its action, set pieces, and whatnot. It's been a minute since Michael Bay has done it. There are some interesting cameos throughout this movie, but like I said, the story is really messy. It's very generic. It's almost like they turned this franchise into the Fast and the Furious. That's what I felt like I just got out of watching is a Fast and the Furious movie, more so than a Bad Boys movie. There's something that happens in the beginning of this movie with Marcus's character that kind of makes him self-reflect on certain things, makes him feel like he's invincible. And that whole sequence was really weird to me. I just don't feel like that fits within a Bad Boys movie. It's very bizarre, but Marcus kind of goes through this whole I can't kind of die type of scenario. He has this near-death experience. And where this movie goes after that, it's very bizarre because there's some moments in here that are genuinely funny, and then there's some dialogue that is absolutely cringe, and some characters and just characters that pop up are just there for shits and giggles. And there's such poor editing throughout this whole entire movie. I'm sorry I'm going all over the place, but it really stuck out in this movie, and that's why I said it's out of all of the Bad Boys movies, it's probably the worst directed, because there was a scene where a certain annoying character gets pinned between two, he gets pinned up, and the cars are on fire, and then he just once you see it kind of pan back to the scene, he just kind of disappears, and it's that was really odd. I was just that was really sloppy. There's a lot of that with these action set pieces that they try to pull off. There's a lot of just weird CGI stuff that they try to use as well. It just didn't really work for me, and they try to pull at your nostalgic heartstrings with seeing old clips from Bad Boys 2 and whatnot. But on the other side of things, you have Mike dealing with the guilt he feels for his captain being gone, and seeing how his family looks at him now because of his son, and him trying to sway him into a different kind of way instead of going down this path of just crime and stuff. Even though I will say his son has some really dope moments, it's still a terrible storyline. Still a bad storyline. I still don't like it, even though he kind of goes on this whole redemption type of thing within this movie. It fits for that, I didn't have an issue with that. It's just the fact that he even has a son. There's things in this narratively that just doesn't make sense to me. And even the big bad that kind of is pulling the strings behind the scenes and whatnot is very lackluster. He does some cool shit, I guess, that is intimidating, but he's ultimately more forgettable than the last villain from the previous movie, that being the baby mom and stuff, and the cartel, and it's just very generic and sloppy, the explanation and of all of that. But like I said, there are some positives, not too many. There is also a scene with a character favorite from Bad Boys 2. That's all I'll say. I'll leave it at that. Shout outs to Reggie. But overall, man, this movie is one big mess because they're trying to juggle all these new characters that they introduced in the previous movie. And some of them work, but some of them just feel forced. I don't really care about them because it's like, you were just introduced. Why am I supposed to care about you or whatever happens to you? And everybody's kind of trying to get their lick back in some type of way within this movie. But depending on how this does in the box office, I could see them trying to squeeze out a fifth movie, possibly. I hope not. We need to just wrap this up, because at this point, I don't want this to turn into the Fast and the Furious, you know what I'm saying? Because that's pretty much what it turned into with this last movie. All the little cameos and stuff like that, it's just very generic. I just wish that they put more time into crafting something better as far as these two go, because like, they still have it. Like, the chemistry between Martin and Will is still there, bro. It's like they never left. You know, that's still a positive, even though Martin's a little I don't know, his dialogue is very lackluster to the point where it's way too silly. The fact that Mike in here was getting married to this girl Christine, I don't remember her from I don't know if she was in the last movie. Like I said, I don't remember anything of importance other than him having a son and stuff like that, and Captain Conroy dying in that movie. It's just, yeah, we need to just wrap this whole franchise up. Let's just not do another Bad Boys movie. Yeah, let's just put a bow on it. But I feel like they want to make a Bad Boys 5 just because. And the crowd that I was watching it with, it's just very bizarre that I don't understand why people bring kids into rated R movies. Like, there's some really violent ass shit in here. It's just really weird. Anyways, you'll probably find more enjoyment out of this than I did. You might like the direction that the Bad Boys movies are going into, but if you get around to checking this out, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Till next time, I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.